Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, let's have a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs high-level meeting to review situation following Balasore rail mishap. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma holds a meeting on roster system in Tura. Minister in charge of Revenue and Management launches Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan campaign at Mumbai. And government would be overhauling hydropower projects in the state, says Minister in charge of Power A.T. Mandal. The news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today chaired a high-level meeting to review the situation in relation to the rail accident in Odisha's Balasore. The aspects relating to rescue, relief and medical attention to those affected were discussed in the review meeting. It was attended by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister P.K. Mishra, Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla, NDRF Chief S.N. Pradhan and other senior officials. Meanwhile, after the meeting, Modi left for Odisha, where he will review the situation in the wake of the train mishap. First, he will inspect the site of the accident in Balasore and then he will visit SCB Hospital in Cuttack. He will also interact with those who were injured in the crash. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma on Saturday chaired a meeting in Tura on the roster system. State cabinet ministers and around 18 different groups and unions are present during the meeting. Speaking to the media after the meeting, Chief Minister said that in the next 2 to 3 days' time, the cabinet will take its decision to move forward in the implementation of roster.
The objective was mainly to give a detailed presentation on the roster system and how it will work, and we are hopeful that in the next 2 to 3 days time after we go back to Shillong, that formally we'll be able to take the decision in the cabinet to move things forward on the implementation of the roster. During the discussion, there were also some members who had raised issue about reservation policy. They had also raised questions about the committees that have been set up, and we expressed and explained to them that in a democracy, it is important for a government to give ample space for people to express their concerns and their opinions.
The Minister in charge of Revenue and Management Department, Government of Meghalaya, IIM Shillong, on Friday launched the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan campaign at Mumbai, Dongwa East, Giant Hills District. In his address, IIM Shillong urged upon the students and youth present to not allow themselves to be affected by peer pressure. The minister also lauded the resilience of S. Lamare, a youth from the district who gave testimony about his journey to recovery from drug addiction. He also expressed his gratitude to the Anti-Narcotics Task Force and the Police Department of the district for their efforts. After the program, the minister flagged off the bike rally from Mumbai to raise awareness on the negative impact of drug use.
The Ministry, District Administration.
Good afternoon, everyone. Most important things is, of course, our awareness for youth and 1.9 crore women, especially.
Dari mat kampi kamu terperkeru bersiapur yang jigit, bagi bayar yang kedua ini, bagi bayar yang society. Kenapa yuki people like begini orang MK pasal turbi, wakini kecil napi yoi, malu jigit kukian.
Meghalaya generates around 1.5 million units of power on an average, while the state requirement is around 6.7 million units of power every day. However, Minister in charge of Power A.T. Mandal said there will be no increase in load shedding timing. Speaking to reporters in Shillong, Mandal said the state government would be overhauling the hydropower projects in the state to ensure that these projects function according to their capacities. He said that the machines in the Leshka project need full capital overhauling, which has not been done so far. He said 2 units of the Leshka project are running while the maintenance work in another unit would be completed by August. The overhauling of one of the units of the IIM project would be completed by June.
Two units are running, one unit we are doing some maintenance work. So maybe by August that maintenance work also will be over, because these are huge machines. These are your turbine is there, then your generating unit is there, in that again coil is there, rotor is there, stator is there, so all fitting requires times. So 2 units are in place, 1 unit we are doing the overhauling.
Minister of Excise Kerman Shala on Friday launched the school attendance monitoring system app, which is the first of its kind in the state of Meghalaya. The program was held in the video conference room of the Deputy Commissioner's office, Cleariat. Addressing the gathering, Shala urged the teachers to work along with the district administration through the teacher attendance monitoring app. He stated that to be able to give justice to the children in the district, the teachers must show discipline and teach discipline to the children. It may be mentioned that a 15 days period will be given for all teachers in the district to register them in the app. The Indian Institute of Management IIM Shillong honored the unsung heroes of Northeast India by naming various hotels after them. From Uttirat Singh CM to Kanaklata Barwa, the identity of Northeast is well reflected in the effort of IIM Shillong. The hostel Uttirat Singh CM was inaugurated by Shishir K. Bajoria, Chairman, Board of Governors at IIM Shillong on Saturday. IIM Shillong is situated at the hamlet of Umsauli village, around 15 kilometers from Shillong. The decision to rename the residential campus after the freedom fighters was a way to show respect and also provide inspiration to the students studying there. In fact, the river like Brahmaputra, which is also the pride of Northeast, is being featured here as a great river in IIM Shillong.
It's been a big day for IIM Shillong. We have inaugurated 216 room residence for students. This building is dedicated to the great freedom fighter Uttirat Singh, and we call it the Uttirat Singh building. While IIM Shillong is an institute of national importance and the only such institute in Northeast, we owe a lot for Northeast.
The focus of IIM Shillong has been from the day one on sustainability. So all the buildings we have taken care of the sustainability aspect, that because we want that the students, they should be also told the concept of sustainability while giving the practical example that look where you are staying, we are just taking care of the sustainability aspects.
Minister in charge of Par A.T. Mandal has expressed concern over the decrease in the water level of the IIM Lake. With the state receiving very less rainfall this year, the minister said that the government is working holistically by coming up with some short-term remedies to cope up with the present scenario, and at the same time, some long-term measures will also be taken so that in the future, we are not subjected to such a crisis. The Power Minister said the state government is yet to permit the IIT Guwahati to conduct a proper study on the safety of the IIM Bridge. Mandal also said the bearings in the IIM Dam are not in good condition and orders have been issued to a company for manufacturing new ones. He also said that the IIM Bridge would be closed for heavy vehicles when the retrofitting takes place.
5 feet. Another 5 feet down means problem. I don't know, this week I have not taken that what is the water level and all these things. All things are doing and working holistically to see that this crisis is over. We are working on it. We don't want that it should not be much more what is there.
The weather report. The maximum temperature was 27.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature was 16.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 63%, while in the evening was 53%. Forecast light to moderate rain is very likely to occur at few places. That's all we have in the news for today. Until we meet again tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Have a good night.